Good morning, all. Good morning, all. I'm good, mate. Good, not bad at all. And yourself? Nice to see you again. Mr. Lever, how you doing? Nice to see you, though. I'll have to get in contact with you at some point. It's been a while. It has definitely been a while. Thanks for dropping by. So, anyway, what are we going to do today? Right, so let's get into this. I always get this. People ask me how to draw noses. Can be a bit tricky, but once you start to understand some basic principles, you will pick it up quite easily. As you can see, I've only got one example here. I don't know if there's anything on the other side. Yeah, there is one other example here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through how to draw a nose from the front and then from the side, and then we will draw a three-dimensional nose. Yeah, I'll give you a call, mate. No problem at all. So I hope you guys have got a pen and paper, and we can go through this together. As you know, I do this for free. So if you like what you see and you like the content that I'm providing for you, please hit the like button and forward it on to your friends. That would be great, just to support me as I'm supporting you. And we can all learn together, because I believe that art should be for everyone and not just for people that have money and stuff like that to go to art college, because I didn't. That's my point, basically. So I hope you're all doing well. So as you can see, I've drawn this nose up very quickly, right? And feel free to ask any questions. And what I do is, for me, I like to create like this frame, like this. So you see this frame that I've got around here. I'm going to ask you guys a question. What does it look like to you? What does that frame actually look like to you? What does that look like? So if I draw it again, because maybe it's a little bit chaotic there. So if I draw that again, what does this frame look like? Question to you all, to the 6 that are in the room. What does that look like? See, my live streams, you have to interact. A box. Yeah, not really. But I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. But a box in 3-point perspective would look more like this, or not? Or, like, not 3-point, but let's say 1 point. So that would be a box in 1-point perspective. A vase. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone with a nose like that. However, if I say to you, it looks like a coffin, I'm sure you're all going to go, of course it does. It looks like a coffin. It could look like a vase. That's very true. You could go vase, you could go coffin. Ah, okay, okay. No worries. Yeah, you can say coffin, innit? It's not that bad. Saying coffin is not bad. But you never know these days. You probably get shadow banned for saying coffin because you're promoting I don't know what. Anyway. So this is what I use when I draw. If I want to draw a nose, I draw sort of a coffin shape. As you can see, I've done it here. That helps me a lot. Or that helped me a lot, because I always used to struggle with how do I set the nose into some sort of frame, like so. And then now you can see, like if we draw the human head, if I draw a head here, and if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Promote Art Walker. I'm doing this for you guys, so it would be great if you guys would help me as well. So what I'm going to do here, right? When you see you have all these techniques on how to draw the human head, right? And they break everything down. Well, not every time, but you have to break everything down, right? So if we break down just a basic human head, right? So I'm going to just break down how to draw a human head, right? This is not what the tutorial was about. However, the nose belongs on a human head, right? So this is why I'm drawing this. So we've got a basic human head. Let's put some ears on it just quickly like so, right? So this is very geometrical, very static, right? However, when we take this shape and put it here in the middle, so here, excuse me, itchy nose, I'm going to add my coffin here. My coffin. I'm adding my coffin. Now, you know what I mean. I'm adding the coffin here, right? This is how you can place the nose. You see that? You can place the nose in the center of the head here. Now we exactly know where the eyes belong, say for example, and then we can build on that to draw the rest of the features, the eyebrows, and so on. Is everyone getting that? These, how you doing? How you doing, Violette? Nice to see you, Victoria, William, Engie. Few not following yet. Cookie God not following. More for more do. I don't know what that more for do. I don't know how to say your name. Mardo. Oh, I'm sorry. It's early in the morning. It's very early in the morning. Are you all getting that? So if I've got, or have you got any questions? I'm going to call you more for do. Don't worry. I've lost it. So what I'm trying to explain to you is if we have our placeholder, I like to call it a placeholder. That's basically where our nose will belong. Thank you, Mardo. I'm not going to tease you too much because you might unfollow me or something. Oh, dearie me. Kaylee, hey, thank you for the gift, Kaylee. Much appreciated. Trefor, right, I'm going to try and get your names right. So first of all, I'm going to say thank you to all that are following me. And shame on you if you're not. No, I'm joking. No shame. Just joking. How do you... Right, yeah, we're going to do that in a minute. But is everyone getting this part here? Yes, I can draw manga. I can. And if you check my feed, there's a few cool tutorials on how to draw manga characters. There's a good one, actually, on manga eye drawing. I'm going to do some... I'm thinking, actually, that I'm going to start drawing manga again. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I was really getting heavily into anatomy drawing. This is not a new one. This is an old one. But I was getting really heavily into anatomy drawing. And I now want to start to draw manga again. I've been drawing since, well, seriously, for the last year. No, this is not the good one. I can show you a good one. Oops, I just shifted the camera. So if you like anatomy stuff, I'm going to do a couple of videos on individual muscle groups and stuff like that. So if you like that stuff, you can find that on my YouTube channel. I don't like to say that word because I always get shadow banned, but never mind. And I just posted one today on how to hatch in this way, but I digress. I won't digress anymore. Excuse me. Let's get back to what we were talking about. So we were talking about drawing noses, right? So you have to, if you draw this frame, right? And the coffin shape. So the coffin shape is what I like to call this, right? Or you could call it a vase, which is probably a little bit less controversial. So we'll just call it a vase. If you're teaching kids, maybe, you'd probably call that a vase shape, right? So now, let me just check to see. Oh, you are... So I'm excited. Really? Why? I don't know. Kaylee T, thank you for your... Yeah, you've got kids. Yeah, so instead of a coffin, maybe you might say a vase, right? Which is fair. Okay, so if we are talking about our coffin or vase, right? Draw one now. Draw one yourself. Just draw a simple vase or a simple coffin. I'm going to stick to the coffin, right? Because I've always said a coffin. So if you vary the shape, try and make it as symmetrical as possible. So I'm not sure if everybody knows what symmetry means. The same. So like a mirror image of itself, right? So try and make it as symmetrical as possible. Because I do know that sometimes I have people from around the world, they might not understand what symmetrical means. So I'm not trying to insult anyone in any way. Good stuff. We're all here to learn. That's why we're here. And that's why I'm doing this for free. Because I didn't go to art college. Because I've got rejected. I got rejected from Camberwell School of Arts. And I will never forget that. I was just... Maybe I was a bit too young and immature. But I never got in there. And I lived down the road from there. And I could have literally walked to the college in about 3 minutes. Because I grew up in Camberwell. So there you go. So now I'm drawing a few coffins, right? And I'm going to vary the shapes. You notice that? I've made this one here slightly broader, slightly wider. This one is narrower and so on. So when you vary the shape of the coffin itself, that's how you vary the type of nose that you're drawing. Oh no, don't worry about that. No. Don't worry about that. That's just a story. It's not life-changing. I don't know. I've never really looked at an exoskeleton, to be honest. I think I could. If I could draw a real skeleton, I could draw an exoskeleton. I believe. I'm trying to think of if I've done anything like that. Maybe you can be a little bit more specific. Yeah, colleges are scams anyway. Pharaoh, nice to see you, mate. Oh, wow. Pharaoh, have you won the lottery, mate? He's just loading me with gifts. Bless you. Thank you very much, man. That's really appreciated. And I have to just scroll. Has anyone got any questions? And I'm glad to see you guys, because this morning I wasn't... Arctic Fox is in the house. Excuse me, didn't see you. And thank you for the gifts. I was a bit moody this morning, if I'm honest. But anyway, I'm all right now. I feel all right now. Cyberware. What about cyberware? I do draw cyberware. I do. And that's what I used to do a lot, actually. I was quite good at it. I'm not going to go and get that now. But cyberware, I think I need to go back down the cyberpunk, steampunk road again. I'm feeling the energy for something like that. Big R goofy. So, anyone got any questions? I'm just going to check quickly. Thank you very much for Taro. Thank you. How would you... No, I'm not doing Shading a Bird. Shazam, haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Good. Okay, so we're going to stick to the script here, right? So, has everyone drawn a coffin shape like that? So what this point here, this point, I'm going to draw a cross on it. That represents the center of the nose. What am I trying to draw? Well, I think I'm trying to draw a nose. So that represents the center of the nose, right? So if we draw a circle here, remember, it's a spherical object, right? So we're going to draw a smaller circle here. Vary the size of the circle. And then we're going to draw an elliptical shape here. This is the center of the nose, right? So now, this part underneath the nose here, where it connects to the top of the lip, you can actually simply add that as a U, right? So what I'm saying to you is, this is a very generic way of drawing the nose, right? But you can adapt it when you understand the basic principles. So now we're going to curve this line here, then we have the nostril. You see that? So let's add this U shape here, and I'm gonna dip it even deeper. So now you can see it's actually shaping, it's creating a different shape nose. And then here we've got a shorter space. We just add our U shape. So now we can add the nostrils, like so. You see that? And let's push this nostril a bit higher, like so. I'm going to push it higher on purpose. And then here, I'm going to keep it quite low. Almost like bull's horns. And then simply round off the nostril by adding the actual outer shell of the nostril here. And now we have 3 different shaped noses. You see that? And so on. You see that? So that's what you can do. So if you want to change, right? So say, for example, if you want to change, see, now we can see this is they're quite average looking noses. But if you want to change that, I'm going to draw the same thing again. What do we start with? I'm just asking quickly, what do we start with? And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And thank you for all that are sharing and following. That's really nice. What do we start with? Yeah, we're going to do that in a minute. We're going to do that in a minute. Be patient. That's amazing. Thank you. A coffin. Exactly. We start with a coffin, right? So we're going to start with our coffin again. Every time. Just keep doing it until it sticks. Because this is going to help us when we draw a nose from the side. Try and keep it symmetrical, unlike me. And then, if we've got our coffin, remember how you draw the coffin is going to determine what the nose looks like. So if you draw a short, stumpy coffin like this, the nose will be short and stumpy. Do you see what I mean? Or if you make it wide here. If you make it wide here, or if you make it, let me just tidy that up a bit. Let me make that, correct that. Or if you make a coffin very narrow, right? So like what I'm going to do is I want a really narrow nose. The principle or the rules are the same. You still have to try and fit everything within this shape here. However, this might be a nose for a character like, what's his name? Oh God, what's his name? Silco. You see that? We've got our Silco. You know Silco from oh God, my brain is sleeping. Arcane. Silco from Arcane. I don't know if he's in this folder. However, I will flick through it quickly. Ah, there you go. We can use that one. Ah, here. This is the one. This is the one I was looking for. So like here, I've got an image of Silco, right? See that? So you can, oops, I'm saying see that, and I've pushed it to the side. Never mind. It's early in the morning. Let me just see what's going on in the chat here. Right, so let me just scroll. What's happening here? Coffin. What about the nose? From an angle, we're going to do that. That's an amazing sketch. Thank you. Coffin. Yo, Unc, please don't. What? Please don't be like, switch from pen to prompt. What's pen to prompt? I don't know what that means. Okay. Don't make it complicated. Just draw a nose. Don't know what you mean there, mate. Let me see your noses. Let me see your nose drawings. I'm not making... How is that making it complicated? I think there's a room full of people that would say something totally different. This is basics. Yeah, that's what I think. It's the foundation to this drawing here. I love how you detail. Yeah, I think this is not complicated. It depends. If you want to just draw a nose like this, that's up to you. Oops, I can't even draw a nose badly. But if you want to draw a nose like that, that's up to you. I don't want to draw a nose like that. I want to draw noses like this. That's what I want to do. So, you know, everyone's different. So, this is really helpful. Thank you, Sim. I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you, Google 5. So there you go. So you can see that's an example of how I literally drew that nose here. You see that? It's literally the same nose. Obviously, it's not as well drawn, but you can see the shape of the coffin. If I highlight the shape of the coffin here, I've drawn, so I could have actually dragged, you know, I could make the nose a little bit more, a little bit sharper here, right? But you can see that is a really good way to break down the nose or not. Anyone got any questions about that? Well, I think it works. See you later. Still noses. Ah, really? Are you struck? Farukta, how you doing? Vi get tested. Sorry, you're focusing. Yeah, we all are trying to get better. Every time you see me in a live stream, I'm trying to get better as well. And I'm trying to just pass on what I know to you guys and girls, you know. It's not there's no ego in this. You know, many people, there's tons of people that are better drawers than me. Who cares? You know, life goes on. Right, a Greek nose. Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit more depth. Yo, do you on those old novels? You know what I did do? A couple of sketches based on what's his name? Bernie Wrightson. I did a couple of zombie sketches, and those were brilliant. It's a good way to learn how to sketch, actually. Exactly, simple but effective, and it's going to work. You know why it's going to work? Because we're going to use the same technique for drawing noses three-dimensional. And here you go. Look, you see, I actually showed you that earlier. You see that? This was a live stream a tutorial where I show you how to draw Silco, right? And as you can see, I drew it here. You can break down every face in this way. I broke down the face with a sphere line through the center. And then you can add this coffin technique to draw the nose. Why would you want to do that? Because that helps you place everything symmetrically. You see that? So that's the steps that you have to take to get to draw this. See what I'm saying? So that's what your end goal should be. And I like this drawing actually. Maybe this eye is a little bit higher than it should be. But you know, I'm going to do that again. Silco baby, he's wicked. I didn't like him in the beginning, but I liked him in the end. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Yeah, it's exactly. It is true. That is very true. You can't do the coffin. It's going to be a long day. Oh, of course you can. You're good for the motor. You're good. You can draw a coffin. So, okay, let's keep going with this, all right? So now I've shifted. Let's shift. See this line here that I've drawn straight across? You can shift that, right? So if you draw the center line of the coffin here, let's draw this line. Let's bend it, right? So as opposed to drawing it horizontally like this, we're going to draw it. Let's go from here to here. And I'm going to bend it like this. So that automatically, keep that in the right spot, like so. So that automatically gives you a different angle from the nose. So now we're automatically seeing more of the bridge of the nose. Here, we would be seeing the tip right at the front here. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you, like that is a really badly drawn nose, as you can see. But we're seeing it right from the front here. Now, it's slightly tilted. It's slightly tilted. So we're now going to see more of the bridge of the nose. So if that's the bridge, we're going to see less of the nostril. See, the nostril here was very exposed, right? It's very exposed, which we normally do see that on many people. However, if someone's head is slightly tilted, you're going to see less of the nostril. And then we have a pretty cool looking nose. Not from the top, but however, from an angle. Oh, for sure. Go for it, mate. Go for it. The knowledge is here to be shared, mate. And then what I'll do is I'll jump in your live and I'm going to ask you some really, really difficult questions. I'm going to think, oh, what can I ask? What can I ask? I'm going to try and stump you on the live. No, I would never do that. There you go. There you go, mate. There you go. I'm happy. I'm very happy. So if you ever draw a nose, please mention me just so I can see it. And if it's a really well-drawn nose, I'll put it on my story. But if it's rubbish, I won't. Just to let you know. Right? So a smaller bridge of the nose, you mean? Don't forget, when you draw the nose, you're going to add a lot of shading. So if the bridge is a bit wide, you're going to add your shading anyway to narrow it down. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what you have to think about, you know, the shape of the nose. If it's got a slight buckle in the nose like mine has. Broke my nose, actually. Never mind. Oh, good. Nice to see you, Nicholas. So if you are really enjoying this live, please join me. I don't need to lie. No, I did. My nose got... I think I've broken my nose twice. And the second time I broke it, I straightened it myself. Oh, yeah, that wasn't very nice. It wasn't very nice. Because it was really off. It's still a little bit off, if I'm honest, but never mind. That's just one of the things you have to deal with when you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyone got any questions about the nose from the frontal view? I think we've covered it. And now you also know how to place it on the face, right? And I know that sounds obvious, but it does help. And now we've just touched on how you can shade it. But shading is another, we're going to have to deal with that on another subject. We're just going to stick to the basics of nose drawing. And if, just quickly on shading, usually on the underside of the nose is shaded. So that gives some depth to the image with regards to just shading the underside of the nose gives the nose a little bit of depth. Just quickly. I'm just throwing that together very quickly. Throwing it in there, mate. Right. Ich werde... Aber du bist gut. Die Wahrheit. Was sagst du für Sachen? Nein, du bist gut. Und ich bin immer dabei, weil ich kann mein Deutsch auch verbessern. Oh, he has a very slender bridge, yes. But the principle is the same. So this nose here is bordering on the same sort of shape, but a lot narrower as this nose. So you can use this, right? Good stuff. Du bist gut, verrückter Motor. 100%. Yes. So now, what are we looking at here? So imagine, where is my green pen gone? All right. We're going to go a little bit deeper if there aren't any questions. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. So if I want to draw any of these noses from the side, right? Just like if I've got a human head here, I've drawn this head, you can project guidelines, right? Just like in architecture, you can project guidelines like so. So these are all guidelines. What do I mean by guidelines? Unfortunately, I'm going to draw over something, as I do. You know my lives are always a little bit chaotic. However, the content is good. So if I'm drawing a head from the side, I'm following this guideline here, this guideline here. This front line here is this front line here. This is where the ears will be. They would be roughly here, and now we would add the jawline. So that's exactly what we're going to do with the nose, right? Because we know that the nose belongs roughly here to here. You see that? So that's what we're going to do right now. So we've got frontal here, and then we've got from the side here. Guideline tells me where the ears belong, neck, and so on. And now I've got some chaos here, but that's okay. Oh, you'd spam the... Yeah, we're gonna have to do the lips. We're going to have to do another time, because I was actually practicing the lips again yesterday, but I got a bit bored, and yeah, I'm gonna do the lips again very soon. So anyway, let's get back to it. So if we've got this nose here, or this frame here, right? So I'm gonna project some guidelines here. Like so. So the green lines are my guidelines. This line here is at the back. I know you're thinking, what's he talking about? You have to imagine that this line here is at the back. And then we also have a line at the front. So we've got this shape. You see that? So you have to imagine we've tilted, or we've got from the front, and then we now have from the side. Someone said that it looked like a box in perspective. Now, if I draw a line like this here, and then I draw this shape here, we've got a nose. I'm going to explain it to you later on, but we now have a nose from underneath. Like here, we've got our coffin shape, right? We've now got a nose from underneath. I'm not going to jump too far because it's a little bit complicated, but we will talk about that in a minute. But that's how you get that. This is what you would have here. I'm going to just fly through this quickly. Nostril, bridge of the nose. So then we would have nostril, opening, bridge of the nose, and then we'd have again here, if these were all on the same plane, nostril. I have to learn what that part of the nose is called, and then we would have the other nostril. And we are now seeing the nose pretty much from underneath, pretty much from the front, and definitely from the side. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this in a little bit slower. I've just thrown that together. Bless up. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. So, has anyone got any questions? Don't worry about this part yet. I will cover that slowly. I will cover that very slowly. And thank you to all that are following me. I really appreciate it. And thank you to all that send your best wishes. I do get a lot of those. because I feel like I am actually helping people, but that's why I'm doing it. So has anyone got any questions? Have a nice day. You too, mate. See you later. You going live now? So if anyone wants to learn German and learn how to draw, check out Verruchte Motor. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to draw noses that much, really. You just draw the nose, right? It's not really something that it's not like I don't have a favorite as such. I don't have a favorite. Really? Is this premium? Oh man, I'll tell you what. That is such a compliment. That is such a compliment. So, has anyone got any questions about this? And if you want, I will be transitioning to another channel because I'm recording this, right? And then what I'm going to do is on this other channel, I'm going to post, so for example, like 2-3 minute videos, if not even shorter, and it will show you exactly how to do all of these things really condensed. So if you're looking for that kind of stuff, then you can check my YouTube out. Ah, okay. Have a good day. Good luck. I know you've got a newborn, right? So good luck with your child. Very trying times, lack of sleep and so on. Do you upload videos? Yes, I upload all of these onto my YouTube channel, and that is called Art Walker on YouTube. So subscribe to those and you'll see exactly the same format. Me talking absolutely all the time, explaining things. Where did I learn anatomy? Right here where you see me sitting. Right here. Yeah. And good. Okay. Any questions? So let's get into drawing the nose from, let me just push that up, from the side. So we have, let's draw the nose from the front again. Draw it nice and big, right? Be aware of the distances here between here and here. You can measure those, right? So then we will, the bridge of the nose would be roughly here. We can vary that, and then we can create our coffin shape like so. So everyone, I'm sure, everyone I think is clear on that, all right? As you know, I'm blitzing it, so sometimes I do make a slight mistake, but it's not too bad. We're doing sketching. So I'm going to add the tip of the nose here. I'm going to shift it a little bit. I want the nose, I don't want to see so much of the nostril. I'm going to shift my circle here a little bit lower, and I'm not going to make it a circular like so. I'm going to add my U shape, and then you can add the rest of the nostril, all right? You broaden it and you can narrow it. It's entirely up to you. So let's broaden that a little bit, and then we've got our nose shape, right? So how do we draw this from the side? Oh, oops, I need to try and keep these lines a little bit straight. Imagine this tip here looks like this. It comes down like that. So that's the tip of the nose here. If we have a guideline telling us where the limits of our circle are, then we just add a circle like that. We know where the nostrils are, like that. This is our U shape, right? That would be our U shape here. So that would be here. And then we can add, depends on the size of the face, we add the nostril here. So now we have a nose from the side. From the side here, and from the front. No, I don't have that. I don't even know what Fortnite is. Don't even, yeah, I don't even think I've played it ever in my life. Thank you for the follows, by the way, everyone. Yeah, we're going to do 3/4 in a minute. Idron, nice to see you, mate. No, I'm not an art professor. I'm not even a trained teacher. However, you know, you've got life coaches that they've never experienced anything in their lives. Anyway, let's not digress. How you doing, Idra? Oh, mate, if anyone is into anime stuff, you need to check Idra out. He's the anime guru. He's doing well. He's really doing well. Well, we've known each other for what? You know, online knowing each other for about a year now, and he's really come on good stuff, good anime stuff. So anyway, let's get into this. So did everyone get that from the side now? Did everyone get that? That's the side here. Yeah, it's about a year because I haven't been doing this for a year yet. It's my year. My year is going to be in December, around Christmas time, just after Christmas. So everyone knows how to draw the nose from the front and now from the side. Thank you, Darren, for the gift, right? So if I stick to this green scheme, right? Let's stick to the green here. Very important, right? And as you can see, we can vary the shapes, right? We can play with everything here. So this green is now here, right? Does that make sense? Let me know if it doesn't make sense. The green line here is actually this coffin shape from the side. Because now we're going to get a little bit deeper. It's going to get a little bit more complicated. Let me know if you understand that. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. I haven't said that for a while, actually. And if you really like what you see, please support me by following me on YouTube. And here, if you like. Is everyone getting that? I take it that I'm going to take that as a yes. So if I now, where is she? Turbulence is concentrate. So if I do this, she's gone like this now. She's gone. If I draw a nose, well, I say a nose. If I draw a cross like this, right? Now this is where I'm going to draw the same coffin shape here. To here. But I've tilted it, right? Is everyone getting that? Yeah, she's got not that. What did he just say? So this is what we've got here, all right? So let's stick to this color scheme. You know I love my colored pens, right? You know I love my colored pens. The random colored pens. I'll just grab whatever one I've got. I don't have a specific scheme, unfortunately. So you have to imagine that is flat, right? This green is now flat. So I'm going to grab a red pen. This center point here, right? Tell me if I'm losing you. It's this center point here. Is everyone getting that? And then this one, and this one, they're all the same point. Cheers. I hope you're following. I hope you're not calling me the goat for no reason. No, I'm joking. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. I can't read your name. I could just see your hair. You got some dark, black and white photo. I'm just going to say thank you. I can't read your name. With an E anyway, something like that. So is everyone getting where that cross is? Just give me a thumbs up, a yes or whatever. It's flat. This is flat. The green is flat. How you doing, Joak? Joak. Yeah, you getting this. Perfect. That's what because if you don't get it, then you're going to get lost. So this point here, I'm going to draw an arrow. Here we can't see it because it's coming directly towards us. But here I'm going to draw an arrow going upwards here. You see that? You see that arrow? Oh, let me try and highlight it a bit better. We've got this arrow, right? So this arrow is pointing to this point here. So it's almost like we've got a pyramid, a long pyramid, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this arrow here, vertically here, right? So now we've defined where this point should be. Understood? Everyone's like, what is he talking about? It's not Christmas yet. Oh, it's not Christmas yet. What are you talking about? But Merry Christmas anyway. You got it. So now look, you can do this a couple ways, right? You can actually draw your spherical object here. Oh, excuse me, here. In the center here. And then you can connect two parallel lines here. So that would be the bridge of the nose. You see that? So we've literally got this shape, and that's the bridge of the nose. Here. So the bridge would be here. See that? Tick, tick, tick. Then we add our U shape here. So that would be our U shape. Then we add our nostrils. I'm just going to draw a circle and a circle here. It's slightly hidden, obviously, right? And then we add the actual nose, the nostril hole here. And now we have a very generic, not very organic looking nose. However, as you can see, we have a very well drawn three-dimensional nose. Drop the pen. Oh, yeah, no, that's all right, mate. It's the silver guy, not a problem. No, I don't. I've never drawn a comic before. Oh, thank you, Idra. I'm fine. Thank you for joining me. Back in the days when Idra used to watch me, I used to literally have my camera here and I was drawing like this and reading the notes. And then I found a way of swiping it to the left and I could just see the notes and oh. So he's a very patient man. He must have seen something in me back then. Do you remember? I was like this. I used to draw like this. And I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. I'm going to upgrade. I'm having an upgrade this Christmas. New camera, new everything. New hairdo. No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing a hairdo. You need. This is what I'm doing now. This is my art book. This is a live art book. I just made that up. It's not even relevant, but never mind. This is like a live art book. The arrow trick makes it all. Turbulences is sorted to the max. Right, let's do it again. So this works every time, right? You just have to imagine anything that you draw, you have to be able to imagine it as a 3D object. If you only draw it from the front, you will only draw it from the front. So if I'm drawing, and you have to understand the planes, right? What do I mean by the plane? This is flat. This is the flat side of the face here. This is the flat side of the face. And then we add the nose here. You see that? So this is where roughly, obviously, the noses protrude and they shape, but once you understand these mechanics, you're going to be on the right track. Good. There's a good one on my YouTube, arm drawing, that really muscular arm. If you want to look at that one, I think it's actually this one. I think that one you can watch a 3-minute video and you just see me hatching it and stuff like that. Good. So how long we've been going? Okay, we've got another few minutes. So let me ask if anyone's got any questions. And I'm going to simply draw another nose here. Very generic, as I said. This is all reference free as well, right? So if anyone's thinking, oh, these noses are looking boring, you can draw any nose like this. Any nose. If you got a reference image, you just look at it and you break it down in exactly the same way. So, tack. I'm thinking of this in the flat plane, right? So I want to add my depth to my object. So let's just triangle that off. So as I said, this is like our 3D pyramid to the middle. You see that? So now we've got this 3D pyramid. That's like our framework. So if I go like this again, I'm going to go like this. I'm drawing my coffin and I want to, let's extend it. I don't know. Let's make it a little bit different. I'm going to make it a bit different. I'm going to make it narrower. All right. So let's make it narrower and shear a little bit shorter. So this principle is the same. And then let's give it some depth, thickness, right? Like so. This is the tip of the nose, like we've got here. We're going to tidy up our pyramid like that, because that tells us where the lips, the top of the lip here would be, the Cupid's bow would be here, right? So now I know, okay, let me add my nose, tip of the nose. I can add my nostril. You see a little bit inside here. And then this goes under like that. Oops, excuse me. Made a mistake there. And we've got our nose sketched up. And then I can do another one. Let's go a little bit more narrow. I want to go narrow. So I'm going to go like so. Tick, 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 tick. And then we've got our nose. Let's make it a little bit, not crooked, but bend it a little bit. And then if you've got it like this, I find that you can then add any curves and make it look a little bit more realistic as you wish. But as a whole, I find it's a good stepping stone to understand how to draw noses at an angle. I'm blitzing through this, but you get what I mean. Yes, the nose is basically a vase or coffin shape. I'm not the man to ask about the best pens and pencils. Look at what I'm using. I did a drop the pen with this and it broke, but I'm still using it. And I pretty much use anything that I can draw with, I use. I'm not very fussy when it comes to things like that. Has anyone got any questions about this? And I know sometimes my explanations are very quick and a bit scrappy, but I don't feel I need to draw a masterpiece. I think the information needs to be important. So what did I miss? Have I missed some comment? You're going to be a great pro artist, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been practicing. Yeah, I need to make an art book. Yes, I need. There's a few things that I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about doing many things, but I just have to find. I need the right lucky break in a way, because sometimes you can't do it all on your own. So if I get the right connection somehow, I think I can do something very good. I think I'm doing good things now anyway, because I do get a lot of nice feedback from people. I haven't had any weirdos in here for a while. It's a bit sad actually. It's nice to get the weirdos in here sometimes. I do like to wind them up. I shouldn't do that, but I do like when some of the weird ones come in. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll probably wake up all the zombies. Has anyone got any questions about this? I had one in there well, that was a while ago. It was really funny. And he was saying really nasty things. He was really saying some horrible things to me. And it's basically a coffin, yeah. And he was just going in. He's going in. When are you live again? Maybe tomorrow. I don't have a question. What kind of things? What kind of things? Oh no, he was saying like really like horrible things. You know, with regards to skin color, right? So he kept saying it. He kept repeating it. He kept typing N. He kept repeating. And I looked and I said, oh. And I said to him, oh, okay, yes. I said, oh, keep typing, right? So he's going N. He kept saying it. I said, yeah, it's really good for the algorithms. And then he stopped writing it. He stopped writing N. You know what I mean? He stopped writing it. And then he said, that's not going to help the algorithms anyway. And I said, oh yeah, because I said, you bring a lot of traffic to my to my feed. And he said, well, and it's not going to help you make any money because all you ends do is steal. You make more money stealing. And then he vanished. Yeah, I don't know why I told you like that. It's boring. Hello, Uncle. Can you teach me how to draw female boobs? I'm not trying to... Yeah, nah, it's not disgusting. This is the thing, right? People can't even say things like boobs without the world flipping out. And that's pretty rubbish, actually. Take care, K20. Nice to see you. Yeah, no, number one hater, but it was funny. They just vanish, you know. And some people, when they criticise my artwork, I always say to them, please join the live and show me how to do it. And then they bounce. Well, I'm here learning. You're learning. You can do it better. You can teach me. I'm happy. Does the nose need to be in the inside of the line? Mine is always outside. This is what I'm saying. Everything that I show you, you play with it. Do not just stick to it and this is a golden rule. No. Like I said to you here, we bend the coffin here when we want to see the top of the nose. So this point here, we've bent it. So that would be here. See, that's how you play with it. You have to learn to rotate it like a 3D object. And I don't usually mix the lives. It's amusing to say the least. Yeah, I just laugh at them, mate. I can't be. When they come with that, I just laugh. And I just keep them going. And usually the chat just jumps in and they just slaughter. I've got very good community, actually. They look after me, I have to say. I'm very protected. When anyone comes in, I'm quite happy. Quite happy. Because my little family, they don't play. They don't play. Okay, it's like a 50. Yes, you have to think, I don't know about 5 dimensions, but definitely 3. You have to think 3-dimensionally. And with regards to the person that wants to draw the boob, you have to imagine it's like a what would you call it? A container, soft container with fluid in it. So that's how you have to work on it. But that's going to have to be another one. Yeah, it's funny. My mods they've all gone a bit quiet at the moment, but it's alright. It's and everyone's got their own life to lead, you know. How do you know what side? Well, this is where when you draw noses, obviously you're going to draw them on their own, right? But if you really want to learn to draw the nose, I would recommend that you start to draw. So I'm going to do these really, really quickly, right? I would recommend that you just simply draw circles, right? Just random circles, random lines. I'm just kind of, let me try not to do the same one every time. So like that. And then if I'm drawing random faces, right? So I'm going to draw a face here. Like so, very quickly, right? Here, I'm going to draw another face here. Like so, right? Another face, straighten that up a little bit. This is how I would practice drawing noses, just the nose, because it does belong to a face. I'm going to actually shorten that face here, right? So this is your stage one, because you're going to practice many things at once. You're going to practice your face. You're going to practice symmetry. So if you can practice as many things as once, why not indeed? So this is the brow line. So if I've got the brow line, now I'm adding the eye line, right? So let me straighten that up a little bit. It's a bit off. All right, so I've got my eye line. I've got my brow line again here. I'm going to do it again. Brow line, eye line. Brow line, eye line, brow line. Whoops. Eye line. So like we discussed earlier, you can still see it here. We've got our placeholder here. Again here. That belongs between the eyes here. Roughly, this is getting a bit messy, but you see what I mean. That's where the nose belongs, depending on the size and where, you know, the nose shape and stuff like that. But that's a good point to start, because I know if I'm drawing my nose on top of that now, I simply fit everything within that placeholder. See that? And now we've got a nose from a slight angle. All right? Let's do the same again on this one here. So I'm going to use this green instead of the other one. So this is the bridge of the nose. This is my coffin again. I drop it down to here. I know exactly roughly where my eyebrows are here, where the eye dips and so on. Now all I have to do is place the nose details. So I would just add them here. Like that. You see what I'm saying? This is a bit off, but you get what I mean. Let's tidy that up just in case someone jumps in and slaughters me. So now we've got, as I said, a very generic looking face, right? But you can apply this with a reference. Like so. Pretty much, that's pretty much it. I'm analysing and studying your art style. Yeah, people keep saying that I've got an art style, but I don't know what that is. I have a question, go for it. Thank you for the follows. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Only 6,000 likes. My God, I've seen videos with a donkey eating with 100,000. What is this world coming to? I forgot got my question, not going to lie. Oh, dementia is calling. Is it? I hope I haven't got it. So I hope that helped you. So to all those that have been in this live for the last hour and 6 minutes and are not following, I think you should think about it. And it did, thanks. Oh, good. Good. So I think we are pretty much at the end of it. We are pretty much at the end. Unless anyone wants to jump in very, very quickly, I will oblige a couple of questions and then we are done for today. This is how you can simply geometrically break things down. See, so it's very rigid, right? Terribly rigid, but it's just for the purpose of understanding where to place everything. If you're drawing a hard looking character, it will probably work really well, you know, and you've got a style that is quite rigid, it might help to understand it in this type of way. And then obviously, you know, you can definitely soften that all up. When you invest a bit more time, you can just tidy it all up. And I don't draw like this all the time. I'm just showing you how I can draw and how I break things down. Thank you, Evan. You're welcome. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. To the 137 people, if you all hit it 10 times, that would be 10 times, 100 and, yeah, 100, 130, yeah. I'm sure you can do that for me. Keep the interest going. Good. Anyways, I think we're done, people. I think we are done. Unless you guys have got any questions, I think I'm finished. And you're welcome, Arctic Fox. Remember, if you do draw a good nose, not an ugly one, you're welcome to mention me. I'm teasing. Even if you draw an ugly one, I might even comment and try and help you out if it doesn't work out very well. Good. Let's leave it at that. I think I've burnt you all out, actually. Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it at that then. I'm going to wish you all a lovely day. Thank you for joining me. I will be posting this on my TikTok and I will be posting this on my YouTube. So if you want to see that again, no problem at all. Arctic Fox, nice to see you. And I'm going to wish you all a lovely day. And thank you to the 120 people in here. That is pretty stellar, actually. Stellar number of people. And I'm sure you all have learned something there. And I'm going to wish you a lovely day and see you all again soon. Take care. Thank you for the follows and for the kind gifts, everyone. Darren, Exia, I don't know, K20, Idra, Sean, Google 5. Cheers. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.